Morning, guys. Hey, Madison, Mason, how are you? Good. Good. Hey, Delana.
Hey, Al.
How are you, hon?
Good.
Good. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Al.
How are you? Jimmer, how are you, buddy?
Good.
Good to see you. You ready for antelope next weekend? Can you believe it already? Hey, Sades. What we got there, Dusty? Let's see, my life without bow hunting, it would be non-existent. It absolutely would be non-existent. As long as I can remember, I mean, I would have to believe, I'm just trying to even think of my age, 5 years old. I had a little red fiberglass ambidextrous. It was kind of a long bow, and that was my bow. And I shot that bow, and I shot that bow every single day. And it's just something about a bow and arrow. I've just been obsessed with it my whole life. I mean, I absolutely can't remember a time when I wasn't with my bows and arrows, shooting, hunting, practicing, tournaments, whatever. I just have always been crazy about a bow and arrow. A buck that a lot of my friends get a kick out of, right up there, it's got a couple stickers on it. We called him the breakup buck. I was dating a gal, getting into the middle of December, getting close to Christmas, and we had plans to go back to meet her parents for the first time, which was kind of a big deal. My kids and my parents and the guys at work, the last thing they like to hear me say is, I found a big buck, because I can come up with every excuse in the book to go hunt that buck, can't I, hon? You know, that probably changed my whole life, that buck right there. I got obsessed with trying to kill this deer. So I sent my girlfriend at the time home early, and the snow had gotten real thick, and I just knew if I was persistent, one day turned into 2 days, 3 days turned into 4 days, and pretty soon I finally got a phone call and she said, don't worry about coming back. So that buck had kind of moved me on forward to what I've got now. I've got my beautiful daughter, I've got my beautiful son and my wife, and that deer truly did probably change the course of our life. So, you know, things are meant to be. This is old school. This little metal receipt box Bob got when he opened this place, and I love it. I kind of kept it here the whole time. The guy makes me these invoices, he still laughs. He's like, you know, you're one of the only ones left that does it. So we're hanging in there.
That was in '98 that Al bought the business. Al and my friend Joe and I, we taught bow hunter education to over 2,000 students so they could hunt. So we had a good chance to influence a lot of potential beginning archers. Always take and put yourself on the other side of the counter. When you hand a bow across the counter to the customer, if you know deep down if you took a shortcut or did something, that was your bow. Treat everybody like it was your own bow and your own equipment.
This is my 20th year. I bought this place in February of 1998, so next February will be my 20th year here. Like I said, I've always, bow hunting and archery and bows have been my life forever. You know, I'll be at home at night and I'll be worried about how I laced a rest, whether it's perfect enough for my customer, you know. The next day I'll come in, I'll have to check it over again to make sure it's perfect. So I think I'm very picky, but I think it's good. I think customers like that.
When I was 8 years old, I shot my very first bow right here in this building, and I'm still shooting here today. He inspired me a lot. Like, I always wanted to be just like him, and watching kids grow up and they're kind of watching me more now, that really makes me want to keep shooting and help more kids, and it's amazing.
Now we join one of my best friends in the world, Al Kraus from Rapid City, South Dakota. Al is the owner and operator of Black Hills Archery and is a very accomplished hunter. He is in southern Iowa, and you're not going to believe the hunt that's about to take place.
This is one that was filmed by Realtree, and he was 204 down in southern Iowa. Coming across the river. I've read North American Whitetail my whole life, so it was quite an honor to get to have him put on the front cover of that. Yeah, that was kind of a neat deal, but he was just a giant.
Yeah, we became hunting buddies about 20 years ago. And I've seen him many times get emotional after he shoots something. I admire that. It's really pretty cool. And I've seen this really weird little dance he does sometimes when he's super happy. There's way more bow hunters today than there used to be in this area, and a big part of it for sure goes to Al.
I'd have to say this, I've been coming here since I was 12 years old. You know, I'm 32 now, so about 20 years. I live 45 miles away from here and I still come. Their knowledge, Al's knowledge is awesome, and especially as a hunter. You know, as me being a hunter, he doesn't just try and sell you the best, hottest thing on the market. He sells you what he uses. Not just a stone cold killer, he's a heck of a good guy.
But still, every year, like in the summer, I'll call Al and just say, I've got this hunt and I've got that one. You know, what do you think for arrow weight? What do you think for arrow spine? What do you think my vein configuration should be? This guy is an absolute wealth of knowledge.
Awesome thing about doing what I do is my kids, my future generation bow hunters. I get to watch those kids from 5 and 6 years old when they just start shooting a bow all the way through to become moms and dads and bring their kids down and shoot with me. You know, it's pretty awesome to watch those kids grow up and become hunters and introduce them to a bow, and next thing I know they bring me a picture of an animal that they killed with their bow, and that's what's cool to me. I truly get touched by that.